The battery cradle broke on this Saber Forge lightsaber, and the company mailed us a new one. So I thought I would film reassembling the whole thing. I used tape to reinforce the plugs because they're sort of loose. There's the emitter, and getting the switch out is a little bit of tricky because it's on there's a right angle on the plug, so you have to get it out without breaking it. You're going to have to apply a little bit of force. Just don't overdo it. More tape. And that's the switch. Now we can remove the wire harness carefully. Make sure that plug's tucked in. You should be able just to pull it out through the end. And now that the old harness is out, we can just set that aside and start fishing the new one in. Slide it inside the hilt. This is always the trickiest part. Just gonna hold that so it doesn't slip back in. And now we can connect the switch. And the emitter. I got the battery installed in the cradle. Might as well test it. I'm not gonna go to all this trouble if it's not gonna work. And it does. Excellent. And we're just going to add a little bit of tape to keep these connections secure. Okay, now we can get it back together. The switch is definitely the trickiest part because of this right angle. So just gently push it in, and you gotta kind of wriggle it in there carefully. It pretty much just friction fits in, and now we can tuck the emitter back in. Make sure that the wires don't get pinched. Just tuck it like that. And on this end, the battery. You have to wrap this pretty tight. And again, try to make sure the wires don't get pinched. That'll just kind of friction fit in there. There it goes. And make sure that's in there enough that you can engage the threads when you put the cap back on. We'll do that now. Now we'll get the blade put back in. Oops. And the blade just sits in here. And the blade actually will push the emitter down. And you can see where the emitter is and where the blade is. And the blade's, in there plenty deep. So I wouldn't push down too hard on it. And just use an Allen key to tighten it. Again, don't overdo it. It works. Excellent.